Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token channel on this very good Sunday here in good old New Zealand at the bottom of the world. And of course, we are in the future, which makes it really cool. And of course, what time is it? It is 11:33 a.m. in the morning. It is sun shining outside despite the winter. We obviously get a lot of rain and wintry stuff in winter, so it's pretty normal. But sunny today, finally, after giving us a bit of a break. So that's kind of cool. I hope to get out and about outside later on. What else are we going to say? Lots of things happening, right? Pulsechain Convoy. Did you see the thumbnail picture? That's awesome, right? The Pulsechain bus. We got a couple of cars with the Pulsechain decked out and Pulsechain things. Really, really neat. And looking exciting. The other big thing, of course, is the Pulsechain Tourism, which those cars are on the convoy. And it's very, very exciting. Love it, love it. All right, big shout out to SJ Wild, who is leading all that up. We got Hex Force 1 as well. First, what's up, Superman Hexkins? Good to see Hex Force 1. And Sandy Beach as well. Good to see you. The other part of the title, of course, huge opportunities in DeFi and NFTs. So it's pretty exciting. PRC 20s and PRC 721s all getting priced up, and lots of NFTs being just starting to ramp up on the old Pulse chain. And of course, we cover them here on Hex Token channel. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be doing more content around the NFTs. It is really the beginning of a boom phase there. Thinking of the turnover on OpenSea for NFTs, it's about $500 million. So it's going to end up being a pretty big valuation on Pulse Chain as well. So looking forward to that. Big hi for Hex Token and everybody from Sandy Beach. We got Brian as well, one of our two community leaders in the house. Big shout out to Brian and KD, to our two community leaders, and they do an incredible job on our Discord, really do. They help onboard so many people and are really, really good at what they do. So big shout out to them. We got Hexogs in the house there. Good to see you. Like it up on the way in. Hey, very, very cool. Now we are multicasting to two channels, which is kind of cool. Let me just catch up on the other one there. Just realized it's not up to date. We're on Superman Crypto. Hey, Ryan Torres is on Superman Crypto. Good to see you. And of course, we've got Drix has just jumped into the Hex Token channel. So big shout out to everybody there. We're streaming to over 9,500 subscribers. So big shout out to everybody. Yo. Ryan's there on Superman Crypto. Check my pulse. Good evening, all. Good to see you. Mix in the house as well. LGF, I should say. Good to see you as well. Mix. Let's go, family. And like I say, Drix is in the house. Nice to see you, Drix. And Wookie says some much rain last night. Yeah, Wookie's in good old New Zealand. And you had some rain down there. Nice. Archipelago. Hi, all. Good to see Archipelago. And I think we're up to date, are we? Not quite. We got Charity Dunning in the house there. Pippin in to say hello. Pippin in to say hello there from Charity. And got a family in town. Nice one, Charity. Have a good time with your family. That's very, very cool. We've got Jenna in the house as well. One of our moderators. Good morning, all. Good to see you, Jenna. All right, let's get into it, folks. Here is the stats at the moment. So Go Pulse here has got some cool stats, and we're going to talk about that. Pulse chain price. We've got the price at 000103. So this is a very interesting position to be in. Several days in a row now, we have been just above the sacrifice price of Pulse chain, and it is 3% above today. It's been slipping slightly every day. But it is down only 70, what was that? 0.75%. It is down at the moment, so not too bad there. Looking at the chart, we can see that the chart is coming down to the support line here. We've got this upward support line, and it is coming down to test that. Now, back here, where was it? Back here, I thought we might have a 30% chance to come down. That has actually occurred, and down we have come. And we had some news back here, which helped it on its merry way with the old Bitcoin pulling back. So probably the main driver there, the macro environment pulling it down. And of course, here we are at the moment, just above sacrifice price, which is actually a pretty good point. And the bottom of this is around about 1,000. So if we hit this line, it'll be back down to about the sacrifice price of 0001. So that's kind of where we are there at the moment. So hopefully we'll have a nice bounce off there with everything that's coming up. We've got the big DeFi coming up, the big NFTs coming up, and of course we've got the highest of stakes coming up. So all the fundamentals are there for a nice little bounce up and breakout. Now the other thing, of course, is that Ethereum was like 88 days, and so we're talking about the 12th, right? I think it was the 12th of August, which is about a week after the highest of stakes comes out, which that leaves us with about 20 days ahead of us to match the Ethereum breakup as well. So kind of cool. Let's jump into other cool stuff. We've got Pulsex at the moment. Pulsex is even weaker, but it's got tons of stuff coming for it. So quadruple 0315. One pulse at the moment will get you 3.26 Pulse X at the moment, and Pulse X is down 1.72% compared to Pulse, which was down 0.75%. That is where it is at the moment. So it is a huge discount from Sacrifice price, 31.5%. And at the moment, though, the burn is not updating. This updating is not burn. I don't know what the devs must have forgotten about the burn side here. Something is broken from the looks of it to me in the old update of the API. So it's still sitting at 256 billion, 1.22%. It's been sitting like that for at least 2 days or 3 days now. So hopefully that gets fixed up there. And also the buy and burn here on the Pulse looks like it's stuck as well. It's been stuck there for about 2 weeks. So I don't know what's happened there with that. Something's just not updating. Now, the incentive token there is down 3.5%. And the ratio is down to 60,800, and that's just been falling a little bit every day. So let's have a look at the Pulsex charts. That's the Pulsex charts just sliding down there at the moment at the quadruple 0315. And of course, that has got lots of stuff coming up, right? So there's a couple of things to say about this. The first one is that there's massive upside to the Sacrifice price, 218%. If you're willing to be patient and you believe in the ecosystem, that is just sitting there waiting to be grabbed. The second thing, of course, we've got the big DeFi projects coming out. I covered those yesterday. We've got a boom just starting in the NFT space. I covered that 2 days ago, and I'll be covering more of that going ahead. And so we've got price discovery going on and new projects coming out, which is going to be absolutely huge. The month number 3 for Pulsechain, month number 4 for Pulsechain are the 2 big months where we get a lot of the top TVLs on Ethereum over on Pulsechain. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We also get new collateralization of Pulse and Pulsex, and of course leverage buying as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Really, really cool. So the other side, of course, we've got the highest of stakes coming up as well. And of course, the third one is Richard Hart and single-sided staking on Pulsex. We're looking forward to that coming eventually as well in some form or another. We will wait and see, question mark on that. But that is coming up there, so pretty bullish as well. Will we get the DAO coming up and the limit orders and all that stuff on Pulsex? We will see. At the moment, this is Pulsex here on V1 and V2, so we'll come back to that in a minute. But that is pretty much it. Now, on the incentive token, let's have a look on the daily here and pull that up. So that's the incentive token there at the moment, just sliding down after some whales pushed it up here on the old single-sided staking news and a bit of other news back here. And now it's just sliding down, waiting. And, of course, people are still farming this out, and the supply is getting bigger. So let's have a look at the supply. 6.1 million incentive tokens in supply now. 4.1 million is sitting in liquidity pools. So that's where that is at the stage. We do have some burning going on, though. This has popped up here. 3.8 thousand burn incentive tokens. So that's popped up there new too. So incentive tokens being burned. Not sure where that's happening, but maybe it's some protocol. Let us know in the chat if you're aware of what's causing the burn there. That's just popped up there. So that leads us into the old Hex. Hex is at PHEX is at 1.97 cents. 1 PHEX or Hex on Pulsechain will get you 191 Pulse at the moment. EHEX at the moment is at 0097, so 97 hundredth of a cent. And if you add them together, the price is currently at 2.94 cents at the moment. 2.94 cents. 1 PHEX will get you 2.02 EHEX. So that that has been as high as 2.7. That is way down 2 for 1 now. 1 PHEX, 2 for 1. You got 2 EHEX for 1 PHEX at the moment. So that's pretty much on that chart. So let's have a look at those charts as well. That is the old PHEX chart. So this is Hex on Pulsechain. That is just broken below the 50% line there on the Bollinger Bands. So hopefully we'll hold on to that at the stage. And looking at EHEX at the moment on the old Pulsechain. This is bridged in EHEX to Pulsechain. And this can be different in price from the Hex on Ethereum because of maybe because of the bridge liquidity pools, even being slightly bonded. There is a fee to go over that official bridge. So maybe that's the cause of that. A different supply and demand liquidity on both sides too. So at the moment, we got 00988, so just below a cent at the moment on the old EHEX bridged into Pulsechain. So that is the price here on the Pulsechain, maybe slightly higher on the ETH side. That is pretty much it. Let's look at the ratio. We can see the ratio between EHEX and PHEX. We can actually invert that, so let's do that. Let's go back here. I like this view better. So let's go. So at the moment, yeah. We just hit below 2 to 1 on the old PX EX, and we can see that we actually got below 2. We got down to 1.92. So 1 PX was worth 1.92 just a little while ago. Let's see how long ago that was. That looks, let me just do the log scale here. That was 3 hours ago, approximately 3 hours ago. We dipped down where it was 1 PX was worth less than 2. EHEX, so that was pretty interesting. All right, so that is pretty much the headlines and the charts there. Let's jump over to the validators. This is where the big news is happening, folks. Wow, we are so close to a new milestone. It is massive on that, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Let me have a look, jump over there. Big welcome, of course, to everybody watching the live stream today on good old Sunday here. Saturday in the Northern Hemisphere still, Saturday afternoon, evening, I guess. But here it is already just about midday in good old New Zealand, aka Australia. I'm just kidding. All right, so pretty funny. I actually watched a movie last night about wolves in Antarctica or something, or dogs in Antarctica that got left behind. Some pretty well-known actors in it, I think. And had the guy from American Pie, the young guy before. I think he was in American Pie. And I'm pretty sure they had this. They were down in I think Christchurch in the bottom of New Zealand and South Island, and they had this little bar pub, and they're all meeting up there at the end of the movie to try and save the dogs. I'm pretty sure they had an American actor that was trying to do a Kiwi accent, a New Zealander accent, but it sounded Australian, because I bet his best reference for an accent was Australian, and it sounded Australian. It was hilarious. I thought that was pretty funny. Anyway, back to the validators. Here we are. We've got 997 billion, 240 million pulse. We're about to hit 1 trillion pulse be staked through the validators. Amazing, right? We're about to hit that big milestone. We'll hit it today. It's going to hit today. In fact, could it be in the next few hours? And so I'm ready to go on my tweet for that. My tweet is ready to go. I'm going to tweet out about that. I'm going to try and get that out early. That is coming up there possibly within the live stream that we're watching now. It's 997.24 billion, so close to 1 trillion pulse in the validators. This is stuff that can't be sold that's in the validators here. It takes 24 hours to unstake it, so sort of thing to get out through the phase. At the moment, we've got 31,162 validators. But guess this, we have, 31,174 validators just went up, and we've got 361 entering. So we're going to hit that today. That's coming up. We're going to hit 1 trillion today, and possibly within the next few hours. The APR at the moment is currently at 18.6%, which is huge. So pretty massive there. So looking really good. Heading towards that 40,000 validators. That is kind of where we are at the moment. So might hide the globe there, but that is pretty much it. So that's going to be a huge milestone, huge confidence in the Pulsechain as we move forward, right? Because we're not that far through, right? We're only on day 71. We're finishing day 71 after the launch, so not too bad at all. Now, looking at the gas prices, we are pretty cheap. 3 cents for a Pulsex swap, 2/10 of a penny for Pulse coin transfer, and 7/10 of a penny for PRC 720 transfer. So that is the Pulsechain overview at the moment of where things are at. And of course, GoPulse, the site that we're looking at the moment. So this site is gopulse.com. It has had an update at the moment, so it's had some cool things here at the moment on the old GoPulse Twitter. I think we had some updates here. Let me just scroll down here. Stop chasing crap coin pumps. You will get wrecked. DCA and the Pulsechain. That's from Pulsechain there. What else we got going on there? I think we're let's go here. So here's the update an hour ago. So GoPulse.com update. You can now see how many incentives are burned forever. This number can mathematically only increase, currently at 3,782 incentives, around 0.06% supply. So I read that off, right? I read that off, and I said, that looks new. That's new. The old incentive burn there as well. So kind of cool. That is it. I'm not sure what's burning that, though. Let me know in the chat there if you know what burning the incentive tokens. I'm not aware of what would burn that, but interesting. Let's go into that, see if someone actually answered that question. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, I forgot about that. It's got TYRH burning in it. Of course it's burning. Yeah, TYRH is burning burning incentive token. That is the answer. Yeah, that makes sense now. Oh, boy, oh, boy. I haven't covered TYRH since it launched, so I forgot about that. That is burning Richard Hart tokens. I think it's actually hit $100,000 worth of Richard Hart tokens have been burned. That's Pulsex, incentive token, and Hex. $100,000 has been burned through the TYRH, which is the thank you Richard Hart there from Jacob and the BNB pot team. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Nice one. Nice work there from GoPulse there. All right. That's kind of cool. Now, I just wanted to have a quick look at the farms today. We haven't talked about the farms for a few days. And here we are on PulseX version 1. This is where the farms are. And of course, we can just have a quick look at the yields at the moment. We've got PulseX Pulse at the moment at 19.83%. It's got $68 million liquidity in it. We've got our four big Bridgeton tokens that we want. We want to track that. We got DAI from Ethereum over there, Bridgeton, USDC, Wrapped ETH, and USD Tether. Those are the four big ones that you want to track, and those are the ones that are offering pretty good yield. The DAI one's offering a 40x multiplier. I call it the Richard Hart pool, and of course we know that the Sacrifice wallet with about $615 million is in DAI, and of course it's wallet number 1, I think, wallet number 2 or 3, wallet number 5 and 7. It's got quite a few wallets dominating there. And the APR at the moment on that is 125%, $43 million in that. USDC 121%, $16.7 million in that. And the Wrapped ETH there from Ethereum is 73%, and it's got $28 million, 125% for the USD Tether there, and $16 million in that, which is pretty cool. So they have lower multipliers in here. But that's kind of one thing you can, if you were going to have a dial that you could change things up and down, you could change the multiplier and impact that as well. Not just the market price of Pulse, for example, which will make this APR go up or down. And of course, the amount of liquidity that people put into a particular pool as well. How much of that yield are you sharing out amongst other people? We've got down here Hex versus Pulse. So this is the Hex Pulse Hex here versus Pulse, 31%. Not bad little earner there. And of course, then we got the incentive token versus Pulse and PulseX there, the last mile coin there with the yield of 105, 112%. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, there's different and permanent loss depending on which you're in there. And of course, they're probably they've been not too bad lately because, Pulse hasn't broken out to the upside. So if you're in the stable coins, hasn't been too bad, depending on where you get in, of course. But that is the issue there. So if you're in the pools, you're earning good APR, good percentage returns. If Pulse breaks out to the upside, though, and it does a couple of X's, you're going to miss out on those X's. And that's the trade-off, right, that you've got to take into account. And the price can sometimes move with those big green candles. So we'll see what happens in the future. At the moment, though, good passive income earner. The other thing, of course, is that we've got V2 at the moment, V2. And this is where you earn a share of the fees. You get 0.22% of all the fees. And at the moment, you can go to the info tab and have a look at the rewards. This is an alternative to the farms, and maybe you're in some, you're not in those main farm pools, you're in something, you got some other token project you're providing liquidity for. Well, you can see the rewards here. And let's go to the pools here. So pools, and you can actually filter by any of these things, just about, I think. And we're gonna do it by APR. And we've got upside down PP. How they do? Oh, crazy coming in there. Anyway, we've got PZ in there. We've got a few others there. I'm not sure why that's up there. We've got PP Pulse down here. And so forth. You can see some of the yields. So we've got 178% for PZN and Wrap Pulse there. We've got this coin called TPA. Not sure what that is off the top of my head. 120%. We've got Wrap Pulse there and HOC. So that's Hocus Pocus. 117% there as well. Of course, you don't get to claim that like you do with the farms, where you can claim it in real time. You get those rewards once you exit the liquidity and you claim that stuff back. So that's kind of the pools there. But there's some of them are pretty handsome looking fees, particularly if they're sustainable. I think Pepe will probably be a good one. Pepe will probably be a good earner there over time, because that's kind of the front running meme coin at the moment. So some food for that there. All right, that's pretty much it on on PulseX, but we haven't got limit orders yet, and we don't have the DAO. PulseX will be used for the DAO, right? So it's bullish for that too. And of course, we don't have single-sided staking pools. We go back to V1 here and go down to pools. We are waiting for that as well. And I'm sure that will cause a lot of excitement there at the moment. In the meantime, of course, a lot of the independent DEXs that are launching on Pulsechain, they're looking to offer a single-sided staking pool. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the live stream. That is coming up. All right, there's PulseX. I thought we should touch base on PulseX. Now, one of the cool things that we've got coming up out of the big DeFi, which we covered yesterday, is the Coast team. And, of course, they've had some updates around the on-ramp, off-ramp, and stablecoin. Really looks super bullish and looking to launch, I believe, before the end of July. So that's going to be exciting. There is some nuance to this. We'll cover in Twitter Space, but we've designed Coast or the CSD stablecoin to be as close as possible to mint your own stablecoin with your own money, while we stay outside the flow of funds coming to Pulsechain very soon. So your personal bank account, your digital account with the banking partner that they've secured, and your self-custodial wallet there where you get the CSD. So money goes in here, money's and then you get the Coast token over there. Pretty cool. So that is coming up very, very soon. Now they've got a few other updates here too. That was 21 hours ago. They've gotten a sneak peek. So 10. I did put in the presentation yesterday on the Coast team, which is bringing potentially the first stablecoin. I still think it's a bit of a battle between liquid loans, but I think Coast will probably edge them out there if they're going to be as soon as we think they are. Sneak peek at a referral program being offered for our Fiat on-ramp. Refer a friend, receive weight token. So there's 5,000 weight, I understand, for the person that's using the service and the referrer. And was it Ferry and Ferrer? Receive weight tokens and join the benefits coming to Pulsechain soon. So you'll be seeing my referral link in the chat there sometime. I'm just kidding. All right, so there we are. We got refer a friend and earn 5,000 weight tokens for each friend that signs up and completes their first transaction. Share your referral link, so it's got there, and it will show your referrals and your earnings there in weight tokens. So looking good as well. So you can see the buttons actually on the printout there. You got mint burn at the top. You got transactions. You got fees. You got profile settings and refer a friend. So it's a pretty easy little platform to use, right? So it's pretty crazy like that. So that's coming. Yeah, that's what it said. Refer a friend and earn 5,000 weight tokens for each friend that signs up and completes their first transaction. The other thing with the weight tokens, you need it to get discounted fees. I think it's 4%. The more weight you have, I think it's 100,000 weight, and you get down to 1% for the fees transaction. So if you're looking to on-ramp or off-ramp funds all the time on Pulsechain, this is going to be the best solution out there because you're going to be able to do it in just one quick step. And I also believe that the Power City team is going to probably be using Coast as well in their solutions, which is pretty cool. The other cool thing is that Now Nodes which has got 9,000 followers. They connect with the blockchain in less than a second. They've got an API provider there for that, one API key, 70 plus blockchain networks. So it's really good for developers to use. Thrilled to announce that Pulsechain RPC full node is available for all our users. Time to build seamlessly on one of the most promising networks, breaking down our campaign and new thread there. So super bullish there for that. So our main goal is to help Pulsechain ecosystem expand in a convenient, modern, and safe way. RPC full node is essential to power all available Pulse tools. The average speed to request to our Pulsechain node in the EU region is 0.2 seconds, coming with no rate limits. So that's positive there for Pulsechain node. We recorded high demand in our one unified solution blockchain engineers that are working on or integrating Pulsechain ecosystem. As an example, using our Pulsechain full node enterprises can now enable PLS, Hex, and PulseX transactions with no downtime. That's kind of cool there. Payment systems and developers and DeFi platforms. 3, we aim to make development available for everybody. That's why Pulsechain full node is included in our free plan as well. Get started and support the Pulsechain ecosystem. So that's beautiful, isn't it? So really cool to see that. So that is more utilities coming to Pulsechain that are going to enable more development and more value. So very, very cool on that one. So that was out as well. All right, so that's pretty much it from the Coast team, bringing that alpha to you, and really, really cool. We're going to have a quick look at the different segments. So we looked at Rich Hart. We're going to look at the top PRC price discoveries at the moment. We can see that the best performers at the moment are Wrapped Bitcoin. This is not it's not backed by anything, but it is certainly still being priced up $50 at the moment, and it's up about 8% at the moment. Pepe, which I think is the front runner, right? This is the one that can probably head towards the parity, at least head towards that direction more than any other, probably, in my view, my opinion, towards the Ethereum value of Pepe, because really there's no protocol behind it. It's just, gets priced up by the market. And there's far less holders, right? There's only 5,000 holders on the old Pulsechain side. So that's not bad either. I think there's 5,000, if I remember rightly. Let me double check, because I don't want to tell you something that's wrong. But I'm pretty sure it's 5,000. if it ever populates. Go gadget, populate, go gadget. Fetching orders. Let me try that. I'm going to refresh. Oh, it's probably stuck now. Probably stuck forever. Have I stuck it? I probably ruined it. Oh, there, 5,143 addresses. Yay! So that's really cool there. So nice on that one. All right. So that is, look at that chart. It's holding out really nicely. That chart looks pretty good. And I think the people are probably going to do well there as well. Obviously, not financial advice, but I think it's pretty logical there. Aave is up 3.4% there. We've also got Ape there is up 1%. That's pretty much it. All the other top PRC20s that you've probably seen around, Link, Floki, Matic, Compound, Uni. SHIB is down as well. SHIB is the second one I think is going to probably do pretty well. And I don't think that needs the Siberium or any of the other utility tag-ons there from the SHIB community because I think that ultimately it's just the token that gets priced up. And at the moment, this is the chart for that. So it's still in the channel there and may bounce off here. Maybe it bounces off 2,100 and goes up again. That is the other one I think looks pretty good. So Pepe and SHIB, good chance of trying to, in the price discovery, trying to catch up to the Ethereum version. And the other thing, of course, if you believe in Pulsechain, then, Pulsechain breaks out to the upside. Then maybe some of these particular tokens will also pump up to the upside and head towards a parity with the old Ethereum side. Now, maybe it only gets to 30% or 50% or whatever it is, but certainly I think the upside's definitely potential there, particularly with the less holders as well. All right, so we'll see. What else we're going to say about that? I think we're going to jump over to the next category. So we've looked at PRC20s. Let's look at the meme coins. And of course, these are not the top ones, but these are custom. At the moment, we've got Paul Pleb is pretty much up 1.7%. And which is the pool I want to look at? This one here, the big pool. We're waiting for 9-inch decks for this. And then maybe this will explode to the upside because this is going to be a receiver from what we can tell from the team of the BBC token and the pool. So that could be huge for the Paul Pleb meme coin there from Hexy Bastard. And of course, we've also got Pulse Dodge coin. And let me find the liquidity for that one. Where's that Pulse Dodge? That's this one here. And this is the daily on that one. And that's just been sliding a little bit there. Obviously, someone told us yesterday in the chat that they had some order issues with the code, so they were just fixing those up. So I think there's a slight delay in the launch here of 9-inch decks. And once that comes out, they fix that up. Then up and to the right, this will also look to get a BBC pool from what we can tell. So it's going to be a lot of fun as well. All right, so that is pretty much it on the meme coins. Everything else is pretty flat, like Ben from BitBoy is pretty flat. But what is that looking like at the moment from Ben from BitBoy? Let's have a quick look at this chart. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's just moving sideways. The volatility's gone. Look at that. Volatility's gone, moving sideways. That's positive for it, I think. We're walking to see whether it can get a bit more upward structure on that one. So nice. All right, so let's jump over to the final category, which is Pulsechain projects, the biggest category, of course, because these are what's ramping up on Pulsechain. And in the next 30 to 60 days, we're going to have all the top utility projects launching. So we're talking about Liquid Loans, Power City, and the PH Universe. It's going to be pretty glorious. And of course, Coast. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, 9-inch decks and maybe a few other decks is coming as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have oracles as well. So it's going to be pretty cool. Fetch Oracle, multi-sig, all that good stuff. So that's pretty much it. We've had a breakout today in Pulse Rate. So Pulse Rate breakout to the upside. And so we've got some news around Pulse Rates. They've got a new audit out here from the July 22nd. New audit report by OXGuard is available, prepared for Pulse Rate, built on Pulsechain. View to audit here. So that is there at the moment. So that's good news for them. I'll post the link to Pulse Rate there if you want to check it out. Obviously, use DGN wallets with any of these smaller protocols as well, and always limit your risk that you're going if you do participate. Remember that because just the way these dexes work, particularly when they launch. The launch phase is normally very bullish, so just take that into account as well. But in any case, they seem to have sticked around for a while. At the moment, they've got 9 hours time. This is the big news coming out of Pulse Rate. And that's probably why the price has absolutely, done a good move today. Let me have a look at the pool here. We're going to do Prate. They've got 2 tokens, right? Prate, Pulse, and P-Share Pulse. I think they actually have a 3rd token as well, but I think this is the one we're going to look at. And that is the chart at the moment. So that chart at the moment, 0002934 on the Prate token. And then, of course, the one here for the pools is, oh, yeah, that's had a big breakout. Look at that. It was sitting down at 4,000. This is on the 4-hourly chart. Let me go to the daily chart on here. That's the daily chart there on P-Share. P-Share is really bolstered up there. Wow, it was down at 4,000, now at 5,100, so pretty good to Pulse. That's the Pulse there, $5,100 for one P-Share. Now, that's looking pretty good. And the big news, of course, was the single-sided staking is coming out. So that's the big news. P-Rate single-sided staking is on the horizon, and it's perfect time to start accumulating. It will be launching on July the 26th at 5 p.m. UTC time. Visit our docs and learn how you can maximize your Pulse rewards. Start earning now on the DApp there. All that good stuff. So that is the link. I'll post that as well. Once again, use a DGM wallet, limit your risk, all that good stuff. And you can read the audit reports and so forth. Go to Pulse Police if necessary, all that good stuff. All right. Right here. Whenever we get into the Pulsechain project section, always good to use a DGM wallet, outside the top ones there. All right. That's pretty much Pulse Kitten. Also had a good day. No real news coming out about Pulse Kittens. I think there's about 2,000 holders of Pulse Kittens, but they're up 25% on their chart, which is not bad. So let's have a look at the Pulse Kittens and Pulse here. Yeah, look at that. Nice little recovery there on the old Pulse Kittens. So you can check that out. What else there? It's sort of like NFT GameFi. So Pulse Kittens. That's pretty much it. So that's kind of the bigger ones there. We've got TYRH, just checking on TYRH. Of course, that's the one that's burning the incentive token that we talked about earlier. So we've got the daily chart on that. So that's looking pretty good, right? It's a pretty good chart. I mean, the sell-off has been very small. It's because of there's 22% on the way in or something? 22? Yeah, 22% on the way in and 12% on the way out. Plus, if you're staked and you decide to in-stake, it's 55%. So unless you bought down really cheap down here, it's probably not very economic for you to actually exit. In any case, they've got their first airdrop coming up. So it must be pretty close. The old Tiara Tyro on there. Let's have a quick look at it. That's coming up too. And let me close out of that. So that is coming up. Where is it? Those are all the burns, right? All the burns. Look at that. Burns of Pulse, Hex, and the incentive token. Looking really good. Let's see there. Where's the time there? Ticking away. 1 day and 23 hours to go. Woohoo! And then they're going to airdrop 8.5 million time tokens. Woohoo! That's pretty good. It's 1 day and 23 hours. And then I guess you're going to get some of these others. The cool thing about like this is that they're all top projects with the tokens that are getting airdrops. Kind of cool. Very cool. And they've got more stuff coming. 56.7% of TYRH is now staked. And the staker leagues, of course, are looking pretty good. And then, of course, coming up in the future is going to be the NFTs. These are coming up in the future. So what are these going to be about? It's your TYRH NFTs. You're probably going to need TYRH for that. So that looks kind of cool too. All right, so nice work happening there. And of course, let's go have a look at that is the chart at the moment. It's sitting at 0.001 cent, also 1/10 of a cent. Looking pretty good. $201,000 liquidity. Market cap 1 million at the moment, and that's looking not bad as well. Very, very cool. So those are kind of the big performers today. At the moment, Hocus Pocus is not doing too bad, up 3%. And we're going to talk about Hocus Pocus too. So let's bring that chart up. That is the Hocus Pocus chart. It's only been around a little while. Obviously had a big pump at the beginning. This cooling off here is now at 5 zeros 1834, which is not a bad place to land. I would suggest that it probably should be at least in the 2000 range, so a bit higher. But we will see where it goes there. Let's have a look at the 4-hourly chart because we haven't got many days on that. That's the 4-hourly chart there at the moment. Now, the news on Hocus Pocus is that they have just applied for listing to CoinMarketCap. So that's just come out just before the live stream. So Hocus Pocus there looking pretty good. Just applied for CoinMarketCap. So that's going to be good for Hocus Pocus as they roll out their platform. They've only rolled out the token, looking for them to roll out their platform. And that's probably going to be pretty good for the chart when it does. So NFT Marketplace, GameFi, looking pretty good there with that one. That's pretty much on there. So those are pretty much the best performers at the moment. I just want to go to the time token because I wanted to have a look at how much that 8.5 million payout airdrop is going to be. So let's do that. 858512123. So that's close to $17,000 in the airdrop for the TYRH that's going to be dropped to everybody. not bad. And of course, the price of time there is holding up pretty well, actually, just under 0.2 of a penny, but did get up to 0.3 of a penny up the top there on the rally. But that chart's still holding up there. Nice. All right, that is pretty much it on the charts. Everything else is pretty much on a slightly down day, so we're going to jump away from that. Let's go into Pulse Punks. So we're going to jump from PRC20 tokens now and change the conversation to NFTs or PRC 721s. And we've got Pulse Punks at the moment. Pulse Punks was the first collection to launch and sold out. So let's have a look at this. Good day so far. Validated well. I love the tokenomics. So what's happening is that on Pulsechain, the NFT collections, which have just started to launch, are actually adding in DeFi and the Web3 technology to really advance, to advance their project and with the tokenomics. So it's not just an NFT, which is great if you're into NFTs. Obviously, like I said to you on Ethereum, that's at the moment in a bear market, that's kind of like a $500 million trade volume, per month. So it's I think it's per month, yeah. So it's a pretty good sector of crypto. And of course, what I like about Pulse Punks is they've taken some of that Pulse and they put it into validators with David Feder, who provides a cloud service for validating, and they put it in there. And of course, the profits are going back into the reward pool. So Validated Whale just dropped another 9 million Pulse into the Pulse Punks community royalty pool, which I think is fantastic. It's a good way of doing that. Bringing their total contribution over 16 million Pulse that is going back into the pockets of all Pulse Punk holders. Royalty pools 271 million Pulse now. The Pulse royalty per punk now is 27,100 Pulse, and that's going to keep going, right? There's the values just keep ticking over, so that's going to be pretty cool there. So big shout out to the Pulse Punks team. I thought that was really neat. So I really like that feature. And we're seeing that not with just Pulse Punks, the first collection, but we're also seeing this DeFi aspect and validating on Pulsechain was a cool one. We're also seeing them do a lot of other innovations as well, which moves us on to Pulse Ape. Pulse Ape there was it the second one sold out, I think, and man, super successful. I really do like the Pulse Ape artwork. It's probably got the strongest brand, at least one of the top 3 strongest brands. We do have another one coming out there based on Doodles. And of course, that's a top NFT project, and of course, that's going to be Richie's World, based on Richard Hart. Richie's World, based on the Doodle visuals. So it's going to be cool too. But Pulse Ape Yacht Club here, Medium article with information about project vision, and of course, they're adding the tokenomics to DeFi as well. So this is like Ethereum NFTs on steroids. Really is when you add in PRC20 tokenomics into it. As well as having the 721 aspect with the NFT. So $ PAYC tokenomics and staking APR mechanisms coming out today, which is awesome. And the cool thing I liked about Pulse Apes is that they launched with a relatively cheap NFT issuance. It was only 100,000 Pulse. It's like $10 to mint a Pulse Ape, which I think is very good chance that it will be in the top 3, if not number 1. Out of all the NFTs so far, based on what we know so far, really is interesting. So looking forward to seeing them add the staking mechanism and airdrop. You've got to have your Pulse Ape NFT not listed on the market to get in the snapshot from the looks of it, to participate and get this airdrop. So very important there. Roadmap V1 tomorrow, focusing on next short and medium term goals. PSSST, a bit of advice. You should delist your ape before the medium comes out. Otherwise, it will be too late. So there's going to be a snapshot there before the medium article comes out later today. Coming out today. So that's coming out. So you've got only a few hours to go from the looks of it on that one. So that was pretty cool on that. I'll post the link to that in the chat there if you've got picked up one of those, because I think that's kind of cool. All right. So that is the link for that. Bam. All right, so kind of cool. That is coming out. So Pulse Ape Yacht Club there, not just NFTs, but DeFi really is cool. We're looking forward to all that. So this is Pulse Apes, if you're not familiar. That's what we're talking about there. So very cool on that. Now, the other thing they've had as well is that Hex Toys. Everyone knows Hex Toys. Hex Toys there has also got their marketplace, and they have added the Pulse Ape NFTs on there now too. So they've got several collections now on Hex Toys. We've been covering on, was it Beat Market, I think. So let me bring up Beat Market. I think that was what we've been on. Yeah, Beatbox Market. So we've been covering it on that. But now they're also on Hex Toys Market as well. So here's on Beats Boys. You can see, for example, Pulseape here at the moment on there. And now we also have them on Hex Toys trading on there. So there's going to be more marketplaces, right? Mintra's coming out. As you guys know, I love the Mintra, so I think they've done a really nice job there. NFT on Pulse is coming out from How to Pulse. They got their Sacrifice on at the moment. That site looks really good there, the stuff there. The Pixel Park from Power City is coming out too. That looks really, really nice. We've got these big ones coming out. Of course, Hocus Pocus coming out, and there's several other NFT marketplaces coming out. So these collections of NFTs get to trade on more and more markets, making them even more beneficial, especially if they've got tokenomics like staking that Pulseape looks like it's going to come out with in their own airdrop token related to the NFT itself. So we're looking forward to that. So yeah, marketplace Hex Toys, Pulse Apes there coming from Hex Toys, Community Toys, which is pretty cool. And that is out as well. So we're going to have a quick look at that. Nice. So apparently you have to connect your wallet. Let me connect the wallet up as well. Haven't signed on, so let's do that. What am I on? Pulsechain. Yeah, Pulsechain. So hopefully that will work there. Let's scroll to that one and take that one off. And yep. All right, so looking cool there, and you can explore. Let's explore the collections. You can get in there, and you can see all the collections up at the moment on Hex Toys Marketplace. So another NFT marketplace up. So we had the Beatbox up first. We got I don't know if that's actually was ahead of Hex Toys, but Hex Toys is also up as well. And you can see all the details here. 121 collections, total items 1.1 million, total users 14,400. Sorry. Volume there 55,458,000 Pulse floor price, things like that. So it's kind of cool stuff in there at the moment. And of course, Pulseapes is now there. Look at there we are. You can see Pulseapes added, but it's got lots of ones. So we've got Hex Toys as well on there, their own collection. Cool stuff happening there already on the old Hex Toys. So if you want to check that out, definitely check that one. I'll just post the Hex Toys market. And you'll put that in the link there if you want to check that out. Another marketplace up and running from Hex Toys, which is always supported Hex there as well. So it's from Hex Toys. Check it out, marketplace.hextoys. Looking good. So we're going to probably have at least, what's it looking like, eight NFT marketplaces coming to Pulsechain. 2 of them are out already, and we've got so many more. I'm sure there's at least 6 more coming. So really exciting place to be there as well. The cool thing about this too is you can create as well. So if you're looking, you think, oh, I'm artistic, I want to create something, you can come into the create here and you can click create single or multiple. You can also import stuff there as well. There's this loot box. I don't know what this is, but there's a loot box here. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I might want to find out what that is. It's got a plus button on there, but that's kind of cool. So yeah, if you want to make your own NFTs, do artwork, you can do that, and so forth. So nice on there. All right. Let's have a quick look. We've got a boutique as well. Now, the boutique is, of course, the Hex Toys shop. And, of course, you can buy caps and all sorts of cool things on here, which has been around for a long time. They've been a great store from the Hex community and Pulsechain community. So big shout out to Hex Toys there. Well, the other thing, of course, is, let me have a look here on this one. What have we got on the button here? Edit profile. They've even got a chat group here. I think they've got a chat on there. There's lots of cool stuff. I might have a good look at that myself later on, but let me just save that to my favorites because that's cool. I was actually going to go to the collections and quickly look at the Pulse Apes on it. So let's have a look at how that looks. So that is the Pulse Apes page. Kind of cool. It's got all the details on there, just slowly rendering. Very cool on that. So already a lot on there. So looking really good, isn't it? Looking really good. And we're going to do more on the NFTs anyway on this channel. We'll be fully supporting NFTs and PRC 721s on this channel. And I believe that we're pretty early on that. So nice. All right. So cool. Looking good there. That is the results for so far for the DeFi and NFT space. We've got the Hex Daily Stats is probably going to come out a bit later. But that is pretty much the market. Let's go back to Pulse here. I want to have a look at the validators. We're getting very close to that 1 trillion mark, 998 billion, 136. We have 345 entering. So we're going to hit that very soon, probably in the next hour or two. maybe even that close. So we keep watching that number there. All right, let's see who's in the chat there. I have been talking away, but the chat is still here. So everybody, hope you're doing well. Let's leave it on the old pulse price. There's the pulse price there at the moment. Let's go right at the top here because normally I talk through the chat all the time, but today I just didn't. We definitely got Ryan. Who else is jumping in? Archipelago. Good to see Archipelago. Can't remember if I got up to Archipelago there, but hey. Or we definitely got up to here, actually. We got Stitzy Jones. Hey, good Stitzy Jones. We bottomed. I think we're getting pretty close to it. Stitzy Jones. Christian's in the house as well. Hello, familiar. Yeah, out eating dinner with the grandkids. Nice one there, Christian. Enjoy. Check my pulse. It's DC8, another T-share. Setting up a couple of 5555s tomorrow morning for grandson and son. Nice one there. Check my pulse. That is very cool. Check out hex.com in the video description, folks. Who else has jumped in here? We've got Paul O'Shea. Hi, Paul. Good to see you. Let me just check some of the YouTube channels there since it's up and running. Nice one. Hey, Crypto Clodo. Good to see you, by the way. Good to see you, Crypto Clodo. Seeing the old Superman Crypto over there. Dan Wednesday. Good to see you, Dan Wednesday. PAYC to the moon. Yeah, looking pretty positive, isn't it? There's always going to be those couple of top NFT collections that are going to do well, right? They're going to do well, just like on Ethereum. And PAYC, I think, really is a front runner for that. I think there's going to be 3 to 5 of the collections that actually stand out and are sustainable through both a bear market and a bull market, because even the prices go up and down dramatically, right? So I think the monthly turnover for the Ethereum NFT bull market was like $5 billion. And I think in the bear market, it's been like $500 million, kind of that sort of difference. So it does move around quite a bit there. We were on OpenSea looking at the turnover of some of the top NFT collections, and the BAYC was, which is the ETH version, was still number 2. If you look at the monthly data, it was still number 2. But definitely the ETH volume is definitely down a lot than it used to be, but still very expensive by any means. What else there? We got Sandy Beach's birthday, is it? Thank you, Brian. It's officially tomorrow, but celebrating all weekend. Nice one there, Sandy Beach. Happy birthday for tomorrow. We'll probably end up saying happy birthday tomorrow as well, Sandy Beach. So happy birthday for the weekend birthday. What else there? Let's have a look here. We got Archipelago says the constant buy pressure caused by Coast referral program is going to be a significant pump mental. 100%. I think it's a really important, like generally you don't want referrals, generally depending on what they are, what the project is. But I think for something like a fiat onboard ramp and stablecoin, I think that is a good thing. And that's the way they've done it, and the secondary token is important too. So 100% on that one. Really good observation. Honestly, what would we all be doing if Superman didn't stream me daily? I don't know. We'd be out in the sun, dancing in the sun or in the rain. I don't know, one of those two, but appreciate that. What else? I get Destiny associated with the thumbs up, looking good. Yo, Mama as well, fluffy. Family channel boss. Yeah, you're talking about when I talk about Paul Pleb and the founder's name. Yeah, I get in trouble for that one. Crypto Clodo there on Superman Crypto. Hello from Paris. Hey, France. Hey, nice one, Crypto Clodo. Hope you're doing well there. What's it? Paris, France is known for its cafes, right? It's a cafe lifestyle and fine art. They still do fine art. Fine art's still a big thing, theater and artworks. I think is still pretty big. Crypto Clodo, he says, I feel alone. You're on Superman Crypto there. There's 4 people over there on there. There's 4 people on the old Superman Crypto at the moment. We got QQ in the house as well. Hey, so many good things coming out. That's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah. Hey, look, I'm going to try and focus. There's a lot of stuff coming out, but I do try and focus on the high quality stuff. Obviously, Richard Hart stuff is the best stuff. That's the safest strategy. If you're looking for the big X returns, that's where I generally say put 95% of your allocation. Obviously, not financial advice. It's up to you what you do. But generally, as a suggestion, 95% is pretty good in the old art stuff, and maybe 5% in some of these other projects, whether they're DeFi or NFTs. So it's up to you what you actually do. But crypto is a fun place. We like to have a bit of fun as well. But this channel really is documenting the growth of Pulsechain. So we'll be covering, pretty much most of it within reason. Obviously, we try to avoid really crappy things because there's lots of that out there too. What else there? Cleveland, Ohio, and how's it a little late? What's up, y'all? Good to see you, Cleveland. We're going to jump through some of those. Let me just jump through that. Dan says PAYC looking bullish when staking arrives and airdrops of PAYC. I know it's looking really crazy good. You imagine, yeah, because Pulsechain, when Pulsechain's launching its NFT collections, the NFT collections are able to do stuff that wasn't really around or wasn't people thinking about when the big NFT collections launched on Ethereum, like BAYC. And so now we've got PAYC. And they can add in the tokenomics, and all the staking, all the tokenomic innovations that have happened since that time. So really, really is a big deal. Now, if you want to get into our Discord, that's our Discord link that Brian's posted, one of our 2 community leaders. So definitely get in there if you want to continue the conversation around Pulsechain and Hex and all the projects on Pulsechain. G'day, Suitman. Pudding Guru's in the house. Good to see you, Pudding Guru. And I hope you're having a good day too. I like it all, says QQ. I like it all. Let me just jump through that. Need a rarity ranking for my PAYC. I think they're going to add that, QQ. I think that's coming. I think that is coming. Not guaranteed, but I'm pretty sure that is coming. Good morning, says Anita. Good morning to you. Who else has jumped in here? We've got Bitcoin Chris. Hey, guys. Good to see you, Bitcoin Chris. Welcome to the house. I'm not sure which channel that's on, actually, but we've got 2 channels running at the moment. It's tomorrow, yeah. So if you're in the United States or in Northern Hemisphere somewhere, it's already tomorrow in New Zealand and Australia, Pacific Islands. It's already down under here. We're already in on Sunday. In fact, it's midday. Happy birthday, Sandy, says QQ. Nice one. Space Double-O's D007 says, hey, Superman, please remind all that when delisting NFTs, fees are at 0.5555% of the listing price. Thinking 2 times before listing NFTs could remind for all 100%. Yeah, there'll be different fees on different NFT marketplaces. So do take into account listing fees. And of course, there is a trading fee. Just remember that sort of thing. There's all sorts of different fees on the NFT marketplaces. Crypto Mel says loaded up on PAYC NFTs yesterday. Nice work. Yeah, hey, look, you're going to be ready for the snapshot, right? So looking good. I think that's going to trade like a boss on the old Pulsechain project. So we'll be adding that token on here, right? It's going to be added on the Pulsechain projects. And I think it's going to trade like a boss. We've already seen some real amazing stuff. We saw TYRH, right? Look at what that did out through the moon there. And we've seen quite a few. We saw Hocus Pocus ride the train. Look at that up there. So bullish. It's going to be interesting to see PAYC. And of course, related to the NFTs as well. That could be really bullish. I'm looking forward to how that's going to tie in together. Looking really good. But you want that snapshot, right? The NFTs. Tan says Paris does good riots. They get stuff done. Yeah, at least they. One thing about that. I don't know there's different elements in the riots, but yeah, they do. Sometimes they're standing up for the good stuff. Whereas in some countries they don't. The people just like sheep and they don't stand up for themselves when the elites are taking away their rights. Pulse Trump in house. Good to see you. How many yield farms have you gotten into on Pulsechain? I'm in 5, including Pulse X, which I have 95% in. Others have a nice yield, nice one there, Pulse Trump. Yeah, I don't normally talk about my portfolio, so but apart from that, good to hear as well. Hex Token House says, well, good on you. There was a bunch of people in the Discord talking about them all day yesterday. You should join in. Yeah, we had a pretty vibrant discussion yesterday on PAYCs. So yeah, looking at the quality NFT collections. I don't think anyone's going to talk about stuff that they don't like. So if you want to get in there to talk about that, you can. Discord. Do you guys think it's realistic for PLS to do a 100x next bull run? Yeah, I think 100x is definitely still in the game. So we'll be looking forward to that, especially after the next 2 months when we get the big DeFi leveraging protocols up there at the moment. So I think most people are looking for a 3x and then 10x, and then we can start talking about that 100x there. That's another 10x from 10x, isn't it? So yeah. What is PAYC? It's an NFT collection. I'm so behind as I've seen dealing with some health issues with my family and myself. Yeah. Hey, Anita, you can jump into Discord. People can help you talk about that on the Discord. Yeah, jump in there. Thanks for what you do, says QQ. Hey, you're welcome. Not riot advice. Yes, says Dan. Yeah, not riot advice. That's funny. QQ says Pulse 8 Yacht Club, similar to that on ETH. Yeah, lots coming, including staking and stuff for 5 NFTs. Yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be pretty bosh. I think it's looking good. All right, where are we going here? We're going to Hex Day Stats. Is it out? Is it out? 1328. It is. We're 55 minutes on the hour, and we've got the date is the 22nd of July. Hex on the ETH chain, so you can check out hex.com in the video description. We've got the price there just under a penny, and we're at 0.7% down. The payout per T-share, 6.546 Hex per T-share on the ETH chain, and of course the increase in the share rate there, 61.8. Now, I did say that by early August, we will have a big jump in the share rate, but 61.8 is a pretty decent one too. We had 102 the other day. So earlier pays better on Hex, and it's going to be more important. We've got that big jump in early August. It's coming up very soon. 28,377 is the share rate at the moment. We're expecting that to be 31,400 by the end of the year. So remember that, big deal. Average mining length there, 7 years, 38.59% APY. Liquidity is pretty similar to yesterday in the pool. Not much change in liquidity. T-shares are down 2,600. So Hex is really easy to understand. We have a reward pool and an ownership pool. The ownership pool has T-shares, which stands for trillions of shares. And of course, that goes up and down. If it goes down, then your payout of Hex per T-share goes up. So, and it's expected to just keep going up to the right there for those stakers. Stakers get rewarded, and earlier pays better, longer pays better, bigger pays better in the old Hex contract benefits. All right, so we've got 9,903,000 T-shares. Let's jump over to the stake percentage of coins. 9.44% of Hex is staked at the moment. We've got pretty modest penalties at the moment, 232,000. Those are the penalties there. And current holders up 14 liquid holders, up 4 miners today. So this is the headline number of miners. Let's see if we get a highest of stakes boost for that. Once highest of stakes full documentary comes out at theaters near you in less than 2 weeks on the 4th of August there. So that's counting down. And of course, up 87 holders there on the old ETH chain. So that's day 1328 for Hex on ETH. Now day 71 on Pulsechain. Hex on Pulsechain there. You can buy them either. You can buy Hex on either ETH chain or Pulsechain. And of course, on the 22nd of July there, day 71 on Pulsechain. The price of P-Hex, as we call it, or Hex on Pulsechain, is 1.962 cents. So that's it, just under 2 cents. The payout per T-share is 6.531. The share rate up 55.5. Hey, 55.5. How about that? That's pretty good. I should put another 5 on there, eh? 55.55. But that's pretty funny that it's coming out like that. Up 28,368. All the Hexicans can laugh at that. That's pretty funny. 6.97 years is the average mining length below EHEX, and the APY 38.22%. The T-shares are down 4,104. So there's 9,924,000 T-shares. So what's that? Just over 20,000 T-shares more on the old Pulsechain in the ownership pool. What else have we got going on here? The percentage of coins locked, 9.53% of Hex is locked on the Pulsechain. We've had pretty modest penalties on there too, 236,000. And we've got increase in 61 liquid holders of Hex on Pulsechain, 35 more miners on the Pulsechain there. We're up to 122,955, which is around about 2,500 more miners on the old Pulsechain side. And the total change of holders up 159 to 573,207. That is day 71 on the old Pulsechain. So 2 chains to rule them all. 2 chains to rule them all. We've got day 1,329 is just started for Hex, and day 72 on the Pulsechain. So we just started, and you can earn 6.5 Hex per T-share on both chains. However, Pulsechain is 2 cents, and EHEX there is 1 cent. Together, they are 3 cents. Hey, that's maths there. All right. So kind of cool. That is where we're at. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's quickly check Richard Hart and see whether he's got any updates on Twitter. He's been pretty quiet lately. Everyone's looking forward to some news, particularly single-side staking pool. That would be exciting for the old Pulsex. That is pretty much no news from Richard. That brings us to the validators. We are sitting at 708,570 pulses staked with the validators. We're about to hit a humongous milestone of 1 trillion pulse. That'd be 6.7% of the public supply staked in the validators. Amazing. We have 31,210 validators at the moment with 329 entering. We're going to hit that milestone probably within the next hour or 2. So very, very close to that, as you guys have seen it climb during the live stream. Fun. I've got my tweet ready to go. My tweet is ready to go. I got Twitter Blue yesterday. Twitter Blue yesterday on the old Twitter. So hopefully that should help with the ranking of my posts. In other words, I won't be treated as a pleb, on the Twitter. I know with the Twitter blue, apparently it's supposed to rank you up better with your posts. So hopefully I'll get a bit more kudos for my posts and be a bit more like Sandy Beach, who is a rising star on the old Twitter, and follow in Sandy's birthday glory, birthday glory there on Twitter. All right, 998,776. We are so close to 1 trillion. Is very exciting. That's huge confidence in the old Pulsechain, and makes us truly decentralized. 31,210 validators. We're heading toward 40,000. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. So there we are. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's end on that, shall we? I think so. I'm going to go and do a lot of stuff today. Hopefully a very productive day outside and inside, doing chores and getting exercise and all that good stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's wrap it up, though. Let's jump into some of these final comments. Where we go up to. Brennan in the house there. Hey, Brennan. Morning, folks. Up the mighty Knights. That's the old rugby league there in Australia. All the best there, Brennan. Finally, says Wookie. Indeed, finally. All right. How long we got? We're now 1 hour and 1 minute. So we probably won't see this go hit 1 trillion on the live stream. But I will tweet it out as soon as it happens. As soon as it happens, I will tweet it out. Let me just check on Superman Crypto as well. Big shout out to Crypto Me and Superman Crypto. Crypto Clodo as well. Good to see you both in the house. And Toxic Hedgehogs over there too. So kind of cool. Ryan Torres as well in the old Superman Crypto. Big welcome to all of you and everybody else watching after the live stream's over on the old Superman Crypto channel there. So what else? We got quite a few people in the house there on Hex Token. So good to see you all as well. Cool. All right, we're going to wrap up here. Take care. Now, if you want to continue the conversation, get into our Discord, get into the chats. We've got audio chats, and of course, you can do text writing there as well. And we've got all the information on Pulsechain and lots more coming. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell on both channels, Superman Crypto and Hex Token. Over 9,500 subs, so it's really cool. And onwards and upwards, Onwards, upwards. Pulsechain is just warming up, day 71. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, of course, all the big DeFi, all the big NFT collections are launching within the next 30, 60 days. A couple of them have already started. So it's going to be a lot of fun for all of us being so early. DCA for the win. Richard Hart, Golden Crypto for the win. And, of course, Hex Token channel for the win. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. All right, take care, everybody. Bye for now. Let's play out some cool music. Actually, no, let's play out the Highest of Stakes teaser documentary. How about that? That is coming in less than 2 weeks. Here we go. All right. Peace out, everybody. Bye for now. Enjoy your day. Take care.
Is Richard Hart. Genius.
Legendary.
The arrogant, bit of a narcissist.
The benevolent king.
250,000. Hate me. I'm farther than you'll ever be in your whole life. Whatever the governments have been doing, it's not worked out. You've never had worse interest rates. Your money has never been worth less than the only thing that's making it better is cryptocurrency.
Crypto is money without governments, and it is money without banks.
You're not going to meet another product like this as long as you live. Yes, every scammer in the world is going to tell you something similar.
Good morning, everyone. Are you ready to look for some fraud this morning?
They are promising 40% annual return.
Everything I have worked for is staked in Hex.
Good.
I put it all in.
All what?
All over house money.
No, I don't think that it's a scam. Because I trust Richard Hart.
Diff, ultimately, this is all a big performance art project. People are gonna get fucked.
So that means I should trust you.
Listen, I think you should trust me, but if you get into the habit of trusting people like me, you'll get the crap scammed out of you.